What do you know about the rise of the Holy Roman Empire? Was it really a medieval superpower? The Holy Roman Empire, often regarded as one of the most influential and enduring political entities in medieval Europe, holds a significant place in the annals of history. Emerging from the ashes of the Carolingian Empire and influenced by the legacy of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire represented a unique blend of political, religious, and cultural forces that shaped the course of European history for nearly a millennium. Let's explore the origins, structure, and impact of the Holy Roman Empire, exploring how it rose to prominence as a medieval superpower. Through a detailed examination of its political framework, religious dynamics, military endeavors, and cultural contributions, we will come to a comprehensive understanding of how the Holy Roman Empire became a central force in the medieval world. The rise of the Holy Roman Empire was not a linear or straightforward process. It was marked by numerous challenges, internal conflicts, and external threats. However, through the strategic leadership of its emperors, the support of the Catholic Church, and its cultural and economic vitality, the empire managed to assert its dominance over a significant portion of Europe. This essay argues that the Holy Roman Empire's ascendancy was driven by a combination of political acumen, religious authority, and military prowess, all of which contributed to its status as a medieval superpower. By exploring these elements, we can gain insights into the complex and multifaceted nature of the empire and its enduring influence on European history. Part 1. The origins of the Holy Roman Empire. The origins of the Holy Roman Empire can be traced back to the legacy of the Roman Empire and the Christianization of Europe. The concept of a unified Christian empire, which would serve as the temporal arm of the Church, was deeply rooted in the political and religious thought of the early Middle Ages. The fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE left a power vacuum in Europe, which various Germanic kingdoms sought to fill. However, it was the Carolingian Empire, under the leadership of Charlemagne, that laid the foundations for what would later become the Holy Roman Empire. Charlemagne, crowned emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III on Christmas Day in 800 CE, sought to revive the idea of a Roman Empire in the West. His empire, often referred to as the Carolingian Empire, encompassed much of Western and Central Europe, and he established a close relationship between the imperial throne and the papacy. This alliance between the secular and religious authorities was a defining characteristic of the Holy Roman Empire. However, the death of Charlemagne in 814 CE led to the fragmentation of his empire. The Treaty of Verdun in 843 CE, which divided the Carolingian Empire among Charlemagne's grandsons, resulted in the creation of three distinct kingdoms: West Francia, East Francia, and Lotharingia. Of these, East Francia, under the leadership of Louis the German, would eventually evolve into the Holy Roman Empire. The formal establishment of the Holy Roman Empire is often dated to 962 CE, when Otto I, Duke of Saxony, was crowned emperor by Pope John XII. Otto I's coronation marked the beginning of a new era in which the Germanic kingdoms of Central Europe were united under a single imperial authority. Otto's reign was characterized by a series of military campaigns that expanded the empire's territory and solidified its power. His successors, particularly Otto II and Otto III, continued to strengthen the empire's position in Europe, further consolidating its role as a central power in the medieval world. The creation of the Holy Roman Empire was not merely a continuation of the Carolingian Empire, but represented a new political entity with its distinct characteristics. The empire was founded on the principle of a Christian commonwealth, where the emperor was seen as the protector of the Church and the Christian faith. This close relationship between the empire and the Church would become a defining feature of the Holy Roman Empire throughout its history. Part 2. Political structure and governance. The political structure of the Holy Roman Empire was a complex and often unwieldy system that reflected the diverse and decentralized nature of the empire. At its core, the empire was a loose confederation of semi-autonomous states, each with its local rulers, customs, and laws. The emperor, although theoretically the supreme ruler of the empire, often had to contend with the powerful princes, dukes, and bishops who controlled these territories. The role of the emperor in the Holy Roman Empire was both symbolic and practical. The emperor was seen as the temporal leader of Christendom, with the responsibility to protect the church and uphold Christian values. However, the actual power of the emperor varied significantly depending on the political context and the strength of the individual ruler. Some emperors, like Otto I and Frederick I Barbarossa, were able to exert considerable influence over the empire, while others struggled to maintain control over their vassals. One of the key features of the Holy Roman Empire's political structure was the process of imperial election. Unlike hereditary monarchies, the Holy Roman Emperor was elected by a group of powerful nobles known as the electors. The Golden Bull of 1356, issued by Emperor Charles IV, formalized the process of imperial election and established the 7 electors, including 3 ecclesiastical and 4 secular princes. This system of election meant that the emperor often had to secure the support of the electors through diplomacy, marriage alliances, and, at times, outright bribery. The relationship between the emperor and the papacy was another critical aspect of the empire's governance. The Holy Roman Empire was founded on the principle of the emperor as the protector of the church, and the pope's endorsement was crucial for the legitimacy of the imperial title. However, this relationship was often fraught with tension, as both the emperor and the pope sought to assert their authority over Christendom. The investiture controversy, which began in the late 11th century, was one of the most significant conflicts between the emperor and the papacy. The controversy centered on the right to appoint bishops and other church officials, with the pope arguing that this was a purely ecclesiastical matter, while the emperor insisted on his right to appoint officials within his territories. The resolution of the controversy with the Concordat of Worms in 1122 marked a compromise, but left the relationship between the emperor and the papacy permanently strained. The decentralized nature of the Holy Roman Empire meant that local rulers wielded significant power within their territories. The concept of imperial immediacy allowed certain territories to be directly subject to the emperor, rather than to any intermediate lord. These territories, known as free imperial cities, had a high degree of autonomy and were key economic and political centers within the empire. The autonomy of the various states within the empire meant that the emperor often had to rely on alliances and negotiations to maintain control over the empire. This decentralized structure, while providing a degree of flexibility, also made the empire vulnerable to internal conflicts and external threats. Despite its challenges, the political structure of the Holy Roman Empire allowed it to endure for centuries as a central force in European politics. The balance of power between the emperor and the local rulers, as well as the complex relationship with the papacy, created a unique political entity that was both resilient and adaptable. The Holy Roman Empire's governance model, with its emphasis on consensus and negotiation, would influence the development of political systems in Europe long after the empire's decline. Part 3. The role of religion in the empire. Religion played a central role in the identity and functioning of the Holy Roman Empire. The empire was founded on the idea of a Christian commonwealth, where the emperor was not only a political leader but also the protector of the church and the Christian faith. This close relationship between the empire and the church was a defining feature of the Holy Roman Empire throughout its history. The Christian identity of the Holy Roman Empire was established from its very inception. The coronation of Charlemagne as emperor by Pope Leo III in 800 CE symbolized the union of the Roman imperial tradition with the Christian faith. This union was further reinforced by the coronation of Otto I in 962, which marked the beginning of the Holy Roman Empire as a distinct political entity. The emperor was seen as the defender of the Christian faith, with a divine mandate to protect the church and uphold Christian values. The investiture controversy was one of the most significant events in the history of the Holy Roman Empire, highlighting the central role of religion in the empire's governance. The controversy arose in the late 11th century over the issue of lay investiture, the practice of secular rulers appointing bishops and other church officials. Pope Gregory VII sought to end this practice, arguing that only the church had the authority to appoint its officials. Emperor Henry IV, however, insisted on his right to appoint bishops within his territories, leading to a prolonged conflict between the papacy and the empire. The investiture controversy had profound implications for the Holy Roman Empire. The conflict weakened the authority of the emperor and led to a significant shift in the balance of power between the empire and the papacy. The resolution of the controversy with the Concordat of Worms in 1122 marked a compromise, with the emperor retaining some influence over the appointment of bishops, but the pope gaining the ultimate authority to invest bishops with their spiritual authority. This compromise, however, left the relationship between the emperor and the papacy permanently strained, and the issue of lay investiture continued to be a source of tension within the empire. The influence of the Church in the Holy Roman Empire extended beyond the investiture controversy. The Church played a crucial role in legitimizing imperial authority, with the Pope's endorsement seen as essential for the emperor's legitimacy. The Church also wielded significant influence within the empire, with bishops and abbots holding substantial political power as secular rulers of their territories. The monastic orders, particularly the Benedictines and the Cistercians, were instrumental in the spread of Christianity across the empire and the development of education, culture, and intellectual thought. The Christian identity of the Holy Roman Empire also played a crucial role in its military endeavors. The empire saw itself as the defender of Christendom, particularly against the threat of the Islamic caliphates and later the Ottoman Empire. The Crusades, which began in the late 11th century, were a manifestation of this role, with the Holy Roman Empire playing a leading role in the campaigns to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim control. The empire's involvement in the Crusades further reinforced its identity as a Christian power and its role as the protector of the Church. Despite the central role of religion in the Holy Roman Empire, the relationship between the emperor and the papacy was often fraught with tension. The struggle for supremacy between the secular and religious authorities was a recurring theme in the history of the empire, reflecting the complex and often contradictory nature of the empire's identity as both a political and religious entity. The legacy of this relationship would have lasting implications for the development of the European state system and the separation of church and state. Part 4. Military Power and Expansion. The military power of the Holy Roman Empire was a key factor in its rise as a medieval superpower. The empire's military structure was characterized by a combination of feudal levies, mercenary forces, and the personal retinues of the emperor and the local rulers. This military system allowed the empire to field large armies for both defensive and offensive operations, although the effectiveness of these forces varied depending on the political and logistical circumstances. The Holy Roman Empire's military history is marked by a series of key conflicts and wars that shaped its development. One of the earliest and most significant military campaigns was the Italian campaigns of Otto I, which solidified the empire's control over northern Italy and established the precedent for imperial involvement in Italian affairs. The Italian campaigns were motivated by a combination of strategic, political, and religious factors, with Otto I seeking to assert his authority over the wealthy and influential cities of northern Italy, as well as to secure the papal states and protect the pope from external threats. The empire's involvement in the Crusades was another defining aspect of its military power. The Holy Roman Empire played a leading role in the First Crusade, 1096 to 1099, with Emperor Henry IV and other German nobles participating in the campaign to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. The success of the First Crusade, which culminated in the capture of Jerusalem in 1099, reinforced the empire's identity as the defender of Christendom and its role as a leading military power in Europe. The empire's military power was also tested in its conflicts with neighboring states, particularly the Kingdom of France and the Kingdom of Hungary. The rivalry between the Holy Roman Empire and France was a recurring theme in medieval European politics, with both powers vying for dominance in Western Europe. The conflict between the two powers reached its peak during the reign of Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa, who sought to assert his authority over the Kingdom of Italy and challenge the influence of the French crown. The rivalry between the Holy Roman Empire and France would continue to shape the course of European history for centuries. The Holy Roman Empire also played a crucial role in the defense of Europe against the expanding power of the Ottoman Empire. The empire's involvement in the defense of Christendom against the Ottoman Turks began in the 14th century and continued into the early modern period. The empire's military campaigns against the Ottomans, particularly the defense of Vienna in 1529, were seen as a crucial part of the broader struggle to protect Europe from Islamic expansion. The Holy Roman Empire's role in this struggle reinforced its identity as the defender of Christian Europe and its status as a leading military power. Despite its military successes, the Holy Roman Empire faced significant challenges in maintaining its military power. The decentralized nature of the empire meant that the emperor often had to rely on the support of local rulers to raise armies, which could be a source of both strength and weakness. The reliance on feudal levies meant that the quality and effectiveness of the empire's military forces could vary significantly, depending on the loyalty and competence of the local rulers. Additionally, the empire's vast and diverse territory posed logistical challenges, particularly in coordinating military campaigns across different regions. The limitations of the Holy Roman Empire's military power became increasingly apparent in the later medieval period. The empire's involvement in the Italian wars of the 15th and 16th centuries, as well as its conflicts with the Protestant states during the Reformation, highlighted the difficulties faced by the emperor in maintaining control over a fragmented and often divided empire. The rise of powerful regional states, such as the Kingdom of France and the Habsburg monarchy, further eroded the military power of the Holy Roman Empire, leading to its gradual decline as a dominant force in European politics. Despite these challenges, the Holy Roman Empire's military history remains a testament to its role as a medieval superpower. The empire's ability to project military power across Europe and its involvement in key conflicts and wars shaped the course of European history and left a lasting legacy on the development of the European state system. The Holy Roman Empire's military endeavors, particularly its defense of Christendom, were a central part of its identity and contributed to its status as one of the most influential political entities in medieval Europe. Part 5. Cultural and Economic Influence. The Holy Roman Empire was not only a political and military superpower, but also a cultural and economic hub in medieval Europe. The empire's cultural and economic influence was felt across the continent, shaping the development of European art, architecture, literature, and commerce. The empire's role as a center of cultural and intellectual life contributed to its status as a leading force in medieval Europe. One of the most significant cultural achievements of the Holy Roman Empire was the Carolingian Renaissance, a revival of art, culture, and learning that took place during the reign of Charlemagne and his successors. The Carolingian Renaissance was characterized by a renewed interest in classical antiquity, the promotion of education and literacy, and the development of a distinct Christian cultural identity. The establishment of monastic schools and the preservation of classical texts were key aspects of this cultural revival, which laid the foundations for the later intellectual achievements of the medieval period. The Holy Roman Empire also played a crucial role in the development of medieval art and architecture. The empire was home to some of the most iconic architectural achievements of the Middle Ages, including the construction of grand cathedrals, such as the Aachen Cathedral and the Cologne Cathedral, which remain symbols of the empire's cultural and religious identity. The Romanesque and Gothic architectural styles, which developed within the empire, had a profound influence on the development of European architecture and continue to be admired for their beauty and grandeur. The empire's cultural influence extended to the realm of literature and intellectual thought. The development of the medieval university system, with centers of learning such as the University of Bologna and the University of Paris, was closely tied to the Holy Roman Empire. These universities became centers of intellectual life, where scholars from across Europe gathered to study and debate a wide range of subjects, from theology to law and the natural sciences. The Holy Roman Empire was also a center of medieval literature, with works such as the Nibelungenlied and the poetry of the Menzingers reflecting the empire's cultural vibrancy. The economic influence of the Holy Roman Empire was equally significant. The empire was home to some of the most important commercial centers in medieval Europe, including cities such as Cologne, Nuremberg, and Frankfurt. These cities were hubs of trade and commerce, connecting the empire to the broader European and Mediterranean economies. The development of trade routes, both overland and by sea, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture, contributing to the economic prosperity of the empire. The Holy Roman Empire also played a crucial role in the development of the medieval European economy through its support of trade and commerce. The empire's cities were members of the Hanseatic League, a powerful commercial alliance that dominated trade in the Baltic and North Sea regions. The Hanseatic League's network of trading posts and commercial alliances helped to integrate the empire into the broader European economy and facilitated the exchange of goods, such as textiles, spices, and precious metals. The empire's support for trade and commerce also contributed to the growth of a wealthy and influential merchant class, which played a key role in the economic and political life of the empire. The cultural and economic influence of the Holy Roman Empire was not limited to its own territories, but extended across Europe. The empire's role as a center of culture, learning, and commerce made it a key player in the broader development of European civilization. The cultural achievements of the empire, from its architectural masterpieces to its contributions to literature and intellectual thought, left a lasting legacy on the development of European culture. The empire's economic influence, particularly its role in the growth of trade and commerce, helped to shape the development of the European economy and contributed to the prosperity of medieval Europe. The legacy of the Holy Roman Empire's cultural and economic influence can still be seen today. The architectural achievements of the empire continue to inspire awe and admiration, while its contributions to literature, art, and intellectual thought have had a lasting impact on the development of Western culture. The empire's role in the development of the European economy, particularly through its support of trade and commerce, helped to lay the foundations for the economic growth and prosperity of the modern era. Conclusion. The rise of the Holy Roman Empire as a medieval superpower was a complex and multifaceted process, driven by a combination of political, religious, military, and cultural factors. The empire's origins in the Carolingian Empire, its unique political structure, its close relationship with the Church, and its military and cultural achievements all contributed to its status as one of the most influential political entities in medieval Europe. Despite the challenges it faced, the Holy Roman Empire left a lasting legacy on the development of European history, shaping the course of political, religious, and cultural developments for centuries. The Holy Roman Empire's rise to prominence was marked by its ability to adapt to changing circumstances and to assert its authority in a diverse and often divided Europe. The empire's political structure, with its balance of power between the emperor and the local rulers, allowed it to endure for centuries as a central force in European politics. Its close relationship with the Church gave it a unique religious identity, while its military and cultural achievements contributed to its status as a leading power in medieval Europe. The legacy of the Holy Roman Empire can still be seen in the development of the modern European state system, the separation of church and state, and the cultural and intellectual achievements of Western civilization. The empire's rise as a medieval superpower was a defining moment in European history, and its influence continues to be felt in the modern world. Through a detailed examination of its origins, structure, and impact, this essay has sought to provide a comprehensive understanding of the rise of the Holy Roman Empire and its enduring significance in the history of Europe. Thanks for listening. Like and comment, and please subscribe as that will help us get more videos out to those interested in the Middle Ages. See you next time on Medieval Chronicles 1066. Stay curious.